Alright, so let's talk about some canine heat exhaustion type symptoms and signs. Since it's hot out here, it's like 1,000,000 degrees here in Texas, so one thing you want to watch out for is make sure they don't get too hot, especially when you're out training or doing whatever you're doing. Dog temperature is usually between 101 and 103 degrees, so you want to check that. Make sure you know what your dog is when he's just resting. You want to know his heart rate or her heart rate, her temperature, what the resting temperature is, and how they normally act. If they're heavy panters normally, then take note of that. But some signs that your dog may be too hot or heavy panting. If it's extreme, then they'll be throwing up or diarrhea. Anything hotter than 104, you really want to get them to a vet or get them to a cooler area. To cool dogs down, obviously you'll want to hit the underbelly. Right here in the armpits, you can put water in a cold pack if necessary. One thing you can look for is a capillary refill time in a dog's gums. Right up here on the gum line, if you press, it should return. That pink should go to white and then return. The quicker it returns, the more hydrated they are. If it takes really long and if it takes a really long time to return to the natural color, then they probably are dehydrated and they probably need some water. A heart rate for a dog, for puppies, is usually about somewhere in the ballpark of 180. Every dog is going to be a little bit different. Any dogs 1 year or older, it's going to be between 70 and about 120. Again, you'll want to know what their resting is to have something to compare it to see if it's overly high. Just keep those in mind. Remember, when dogs can't sweat, so when they start panting, that's them expending the heat from their body. So just keep an eye on that. If they're excessively panting, you want to give them a break, get them in the shade. So what we're going to do is we're going to work him a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of bite work, and that'll be in a different video. And then we're going to come back to this video and we'll show you kind of the differences in how he's acting. And we're not going to bring him to a point where he's like overly exhausted, but just so you can see a little bit of the differences. Alright, so let's get to that. Alright, so we just did some bite work with Bronco here. You can see he's significantly hotter than when we started. His panting's a lot heavier, so that means his heart rate's going to be up. His underbelly and his armpits are significantly hotter, so just something to be aware of. Since he is a puppy, you're going to want to take it easy on him. You can tell his tongue kind of hangs a lot lower and it's a lot more dry. He's still got a lot of energy, so that's good, but it's not, the point isn't to get them to the point where they have nothing at all to give you. You want to recognize these signs and symptoms and get them cooled off first. So that's what we're going to do. Again, you're going to want to check that heart rate. The heart rate will be back here behind his leg. You'll be able to feel it if you just kind of take a second to feel their back thigh. He obviously just wants to bite me. He's doing all right. Again, just make sure you're keeping him nice and cool. And it's going to be, especially with your older dogs out here in Texas, you're going to be only outside for a little bit. If you're training dogs, it's only going to be, a few minutes before you got to take a break and get him some water. As you can see, he's not really willing. He doesn't really want to stand up like he was before. He just wants to kind of lay here and bite. All right, so we're going to take him inside and get him some water. When you do give him water, short durations. Don't give them big gulps or a full bowl of water. That'll sit in their stomach, could cause bloat, especially these breeds. All right, dude. So the key is just give him a couple licks of water, and then take it away, and then give it back to him in a couple minutes, and then he'll get what he needs. All right, let's go.